Hello and welcome back to SOW Make Model. We are here at episode 10, still here in Vermont. And we are starting off, well, with two fierce rivals from ROW. Ready to clash for the second time here in the SOW ring, this time in round 5 of the Emerald League. Both Steve Levy and Avery Edwards are looking to push forward. For Steve, it's about pride, but for Avery, he still has the opportunity to make it to the semifinals should he win all 3 of his remaining matches. Of course, he also needs Ryan Richardson to lose at least one time, and that is not an easy task. Ryan is up against Steve in the next round, so if Avery beats him, he has to hope that Steve doesn't. Or sorry, if Avery beats Steve, he has to hope that Ryan doesn't. But we just had a bit of a brawl to start things off. Now Avery putting Steve up in the corner. Smashes him with a few stiff elbows to the chin. But then Steve recovers, catches him with a body slam, and then drops the elbow to the knee of Avery Edwards. And I mean, we are just seeing these two go back and forth, blow for blow here. Not surprising given their history with each other that they would be so used to taking these huge hits back and forth early on in the match. A nice body slam off the ropes there. And we're getting into an exchange as Steve fights back. Now, should Steve manage to win here, that would actually put his win counter up from 1 to 2, which for him would probably be a pretty big deal. I mean, as it currently stands, there are 2 competitors who have no wins in the Grand Prix. That would be Damian Oxley and ZC Woods. Steve Levy was able to leave that group with a win over Oxley in round 4. Now he is looking to at least push forward and end on a positive win-loss ratio by winning out the rest of his matches in this tournament. The better your win-loss ratio, the better your reappraisal after the tournament will be, the more likely you are to be shifted up. Plus, even if you aren't shifted up to the world title scene, it'll still help your rankings to get some wins. And that is what Steve aims to do right here. But of course, Avery, who is not technically in any divisions here in SOW, as he doesn't actually work here, is more so looking for the opportunity to climb up and win the chance at the World Championship. In order to do that, like I said before, he will have to win all his remaining matches and pray that Steve is able to defeat Ryan next week, because if Steve can't do it, if Ryan wins next week, Avery will no longer have an opportunity. And of course, that does assume that he's able to beat Steve Levy, because if Steve manages to defeat him, then, well, I mean, all his hopes are dashed pretty much immediately. Ryan already has 4 wins, 5 wins actually, as of Ignition, which means the only people who can tiebreaker and take him out of the competition, I guess the only person, would be Avery, because Ryan has already defeated both of the others who are able to get to 5 wins at this point. And all of the others, I should say, because there's technically 3. Beelzebub could also still reach 5 wins. And Ryan has beaten him as well. Of course, Beelzebub has... Or no, actually, Beelzebub did lose on Ignition, so he can only reach 4 wins at this point. Yeah, the only ones available to hit 5 wins are Caster and Kurata. And Ryan has defeated each of them outside of course, Avery. But as we mentioned before, he's going to have to take it here, and currently he is not able to do it, even with the Draco Smasher, Steve Levy, still kicking out. Drop toe hold takes Avery down, and Steve brings him back, hits him with the final cut. And we are seeing Steve Levy fire off here now that he's up against Avery Edwards. It feels like getting that win in the previous round has given him some vigor back into his matches. Because he is fighting harder than he's fought this whole tournament. As he lands a nice, heavy hammerlock lariat there on Avery Edwards for the cover, but does not get the 3. And now they are going back and forth once more. Steve Levy chopping at the chest of Avery, who is fighting back with his forearms into an uppercut, takes Steve down to the mat, picks him back up, and hits him with a couple more uppercuts. And do a huge short arm lariat, but Steve quick to pop back up. Now Avery taking a break in the center, trying to recover from the damage that he's taken on in this match so far. Picks Steve up, drops him down with that sit-out powerbomb. Picks him up again, goes behind, Steve goes behind, Avery switches behind as well, kicks the arm. And now Steve, kick to the gut, followed by a super kick to the chin. And he's pulled down the straps. Chops Avery down. He goes up top. Coffin drop. Into the cover. It's deep. But Avery kicks out at 2. And now Avery with a Draco hammer this time. Couldn't get it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, but Steve is still alive. And he's got Avery up. Pile driver. And he is fired up. Steve Levy goes back up top. Another coffin drop into the cover. 1, 2, 3. No. Oh, wait. Even flow. The even flow DDT. 1, 2, 3. Steve Levy gets a second win, and there goes Avery's hope of reaching the semifinals. He could not get it done against his longtime rival. And we are continuing with SOW Make Model episode 10. Moving on to the second match in the Emerald League. This is Kurata Hideaki versus Damian Oxley. Fight. Now, Damian Oxley has not managed to get a single win so far in this tournament, and he's really hoping to start turning that around now. Because as things have stood, he was hoping to get into the world title scene, but he has been on an incredibly rough streak of losses, only broken up by his big win at World Record. On the other side, Kurata Hideaki is looking to maintain pace with Caster Leakton by winning this match, so that when it comes down to the two of them, all he needs to do is beat Caster, and then he will be guaranteed a spot in the finals. For Oxley, this is about pride. For Kurata, this is about survival in the tournament, ensuring it, solidifying it. And setting himself up for a great chance at that World Heavyweight Championship. So far, Kurata has been very smart. These are both former junior wrestlers. Men who have held that junior championship within JEPW, the WWSL Junior Heavyweight title. The men who understand the style incredibly well, and so when you see Oxley come off the top rope, Kurata's going to be looking out for it, and he's going to know the ways to avoid those moves and inflict the most damage to Oxley in return. But the same can be said vice versa. These two have been fighting for dominance in this match so far. Neither one able to build the momentum that you need in order to start taking over a match. Kurata sending Oxley into the corner and sets him up top. This might be, oh, but Oxley with the counter, and then Kurata with the reversal super kick into a huge diving press. But Oxley fights his way off. However, now it seems Kurata might be able to finally start taking the momentum to his side. Oh, he goes for an elbow, and Oxley responds with a vicious one of his own. Now it's Oxley who goes up top, dives from the top, but Kurata dodges through, picks him out, Northern Lights. Oxley manages to get the shoulder up, and now going with those Kurata-style step kicks. It's now Oxley who has control of this match. Setting the pace, setting the momentum. He runs to the corner, huge uppercut in the corner, goes up top, and the Stardust rolling senton for the cover. But not enough, as Hideaki kicks out and catches him in the Koji clutch.
Give up. Give up.
Oxley slips himself free, but now Hideaki clasps the legs and drives him down with that reversed wheelbarrow driver. And the blazing stamp to the back of the head. That could be the end. But no, Oxley still alive in it. However, the momentum is clearly shifted to Kurata Hideaki's favor. Oxley's gonna have to fight his way back into this match and inflict a significant amount of damage to his opponent. And he's starting with a Spanish fly. Sends Hideaki back into the corner. Another uppercut, goes up top. Moonsault, lands flush in the back, picks him up over the shoulder, and the system shock for the cover. 1, 2. Oh my God. Hideaki somehow survived it, and now it's his turn. He catches him with the blazing setting sun. But now it's Oxley's turn to upset as he kicks out. Hideaki with the exploder goes up top, and he's stalking. Meteor from the top. 1, 2, and a kick out. Hideaki seems to be calling for that knee. But instead he picks him up. And now they're back and forth again. It's blow for blow, strike for strike. Huge elbow sends Hideaki to the ground. Oxley picks him back up. Oh, went for the system shock again, but Kurata slips through. And now Oxley with a crack shot elbow. Lines it up, blackout. A series of Kurata kicks, but catches him. Double arm butterfly suplex. This time, instead of going for the system shock, he went in for damage. A series of short kicks. That blackout elbow again, but Kurata's back up, picks him up, wraps the legs. Dude buster. And a kick out. Kurata settling towards the center of the ring as Oxley takes the time to catch his breath on the outside. Kurata lifts him up, catches him again, a second dude buster, lets it go immediately though, up to the top rope. The Phoenix Swanton into the cover. 2, 3. Finishing it off with a move from his junior days. Kurata Hideaki remains 5-1. And Damian Oxley, unfortunately, is still seeking out that first win. And now we move to the Onyx League with Dakari Oyet versus Erren Payne. As things currently stand in the Onyx League, Erren is doing pretty well for himself. Having only lost one match so far to Johnny King, he has gone on a tear since then, winning every single match he's had. We're starting with a heavy amount of offense from Dakari Oyet. Went for a running forearm, but Erren moves out of the way, tosses Dakari to the ropes now, ducks under, goes to the ropes, but Dakari with a shoulder tackle to block it. Now Erren sends Dakari to the corner and looks to set him up top. Have a test of strength. Erren choosing to slip out and go for a drop toe hold. Not able to overpower, but able to outwit the big man. Currently, Dakari Oyet sitting at 1 victory in the tournament. But he's looking to change that here with an upset victory over the Death Game. Something that I think nobody would ever have predicted if it were to come to pass. Erren goes for the cover, but Dakari kicks out. Now Dakari catches him in a headlock, but gets tossed to the ropes. Erren with a flying kick, but Dakari just tanks through it. Now we're getting a back and forth exchange, uppercuts against kicks, and uppercuts from Dakari Oyet unshockingly went out there. But Erren catches him with a Frankensteiner, comes off the ropes and stops short as he sees Dakari get up. Ooh, that kick. You can't try to sweep the leg out from under Erren Payne. He is too agile. And again he tries it, but again Erren catches him. You really got to look out for that. If you're trying to knock him down to the ground, you got to be a lot more precise about it. Otherwise, Erren will just use his athletic ability to bounce around and hit you from where you're not looking. Shoulder tackle from Dakari as he's now slamming his fist into Erren's skull. And he picks him up and drops him down with a sit-out power bomb. Wait a minute, is that a bit of color? Is there a bit of color in the ring? Those punches might have busted Erren open a little. And that kick just busted open Dakari big time. Erren quick to return that favor, and it seems like he returned it 3 or 4-fold. Dakari sprouting a exceptional Crimson Mask right now.
Give up.
With Erren, if he was bleeding at all, you can barely see it. Erren with a body slam sends Dakari back down to the mat. Dakari gets up. Erren trips the legs and catapults him across the ring. Stomp to the stomach, or to the chest there, as he locks up the legs.
Give up.
A little boot to the face, breaking up that leg lock. But now it's Dakari being sent into the corner. Erren continuing to fight, sends the whole damn army to the outside and hits him with a swan dive missile drop kick. But Dakari back in the ring, he's recovered a bit despite the blood loss. And now you can see the cut on Erren's forehead is starting to bust open a little more with the damage to the face that he's taken. It's clear that Dakari did indeed bust him open earlier. And he must have been looking for a quick win to the match, as Dakari pops him up with a power bomb, but he's not done. He's going to send him to the corner, and Erren's going to catch Dakari there. High knee into a bulldog. Both men down on the mat. Dakari gets up first, though. And Erren with a roulette shot into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, no. Dakari survives it. And he catches Erren in a bear hug. Really squeezing at that back, trying to destroy the spine of Erren Payne. But Erren is now fighting back, blow for blow. Enziguri to the back of the head, but Dakari's up and counters with a vicious uppercut. Dakari catches Erren in the headlock, but Erren throws him to the ropes. Frankensteiner into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Erren lifts up Dakari, pile driver into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Dakari Oyet is surviving this match as Erren is busting out everything he has, and now Dakari countering backbreaker, body slam. Taking the time to breathe and recover, but he needs more than that. And now, oh my God, Erren is gushing at this point. That cut has only gotten worse as Erren has tried to end the match. I bet he could feel it tearing more and more. Meanwhile, in Dakari's end, it pretty much stopped. I mean, he's covered in red, but there's not more flowing down. pop-up European uppercut. But Erren sends Dakari to the ropes, dodges by, hits him with a Frankensteiner. And Dakari's back up, Erren off the ropes, drop kick. Picks him up. A body slam. And catches him in the Anaconda Vice, trying to make him pass out. And he does. Erren Payne continues his rampage. What a bloody match. Well, now that Erren succeeded, Johnny is looking to do the same because these two have been neck and neck the entire time. And I mean, at this rate, if Erren can maintain a number of wins above Johnny King, even though Johnny has that tiebreaker over him, Erren can still qualify over Johnny.
Fight.
As it stands, Johnny is actually in need to match Erren win for win, which is going to be tough to do given Erren or Johnny has lost to Bray Windham earlier in the tournament in what some have called an upset loss. Now Bray is trying to prove it was no upset after all with his performances since. He's been making a great case for himself to join the singles division. Now we are seeing a swap around back and forth between Woods and Johnny. Currently Johnny at 1-4, or 1-3, looking to make it 1-4 here. Sends Johnny to the ropes. Now ZC Woods is another one of those competitors like Damian Oxley who's shockingly not obtained a single win so far in the tournament. He's 0-4, and it is, I mean, you can tell he is frustrated with that. Woods fighting back against Johnny as best as he can, but Johnny King is giving him the business so far in this match. Ooh, low drop kick to the leg while it's wrapped around the ropes into a dragon screw. These will do some damage when that ankle lock comes into play later in the match, if Johnny chooses to employ it. That damage to the leg will build up. Woods is not looking to allow it, however, as he body slams Johnny in the center, but Johnny pops up before Woods can really do anything off of that body slam. And they're exchanging blows. Here goes Woods again, another body slam. Lifts up Johnny, and Johnny sends Woods into the corner. Goes to whip him to the other corner, but Woods counters. Now Johnny with the high knee into a missile drop kick, reversing the reversal. And Woods with a series of blows, followed by a hammer blow to the back, and then another, really trying to wear down Johnny King, bit by bit. But Johnny responding with a belly to belly. Punch to the gut. But Woods not faltering. Hits a sledgehammer to the back, and I mean, so far this has been a pretty big brawl. Not very many wrestling moves used, mostly just big strikes, punches, elbows, uppercuts. Superman punch off the ropes. Ooh, a headbutt from this troubled child. And Johnny decides he needs to take a moment to breathe and recover after that. Sends him to the outside and then goes to the center where he can do exactly that. And now Johnny trying to go for those German suplexes, but Woods quick to counter, catches him now in a guillotine choke. And now it's Woods trying to make Johnny King pass out. But Johnny manages to slip through and goes back to attacking the legs. And there it is, the ankle lock. And Johnny drops it into a grapevine. Oh my God, Woods, swing through, power slam. Johnny gets back up though. Responds with a series of blows. And Woods with a super kick. Goes for a German. Johnny with a drop kick to the chest for the counter. Woods going for a power bomb this time. Johnny flips him over. And that's Woods sending Johnny into the ropes. Samoan drop. And you can see Johnny is starting to feel the effects of Woods' offense as this match has progressed. And Woods is now lined up. He's gonna go for the spear. No, it looks like he's going to instead walk forward, and it seems like, oh, there it is, the spear! I was gonna say, it seems like he noticed Johnny was a little too aware for the spear. But Johnny now sets Woods up with that shoulder butt, reaches around and hits him with a sweeping German suplex. Woods, feeling the effects, falls right back down after trying to get up, but now Uranagi into the cover. 1, 2, no! Johnny King is still alive in this. Off the top with a moonsault. Johnny King back up, goes around, German suplex. German suplex. And for the third German. And now the ankle lock again. Wait a minute, he's not done. German suplex. And we are finally going blow for blow here in this match. Feels like we've been going for a good 14, almost 15 minutes before we got an exchange of any kind. Johnny now sending CC Woods out of the ring and taunting him on the outside with that German. You can see the irritation in Woods' face. He hits a DDT, kips up, and now he's trying to choke Johnny out one more time. Johnny slips out. Woods sends him to the ropes, goes for the spear, but Johnny sidesteps it. A headlock driver picks Johnny up, and Johnny back behind. German suplex. German suplex. And a big overhead German. And now he's got him up. Olympic slam. That could be all she wrote. Johnny King continues 4-1. And now it's time for the main event of this edition of Make Model. It's going to be Elijah Lee looking to garner his second win in the tournament by beating the undefeated so far Meiji Kaito.
Fight!
course, Meiji is not going to be looking to make that easy for Elijah. He wants to go all the way through without taking a single loss if he can.
Give up.
Oh, here we go. Elijah's rolling through and hits a nice vertical on Meiji. But Meiji was quick to respond, recover, and fight back. Elijah and Meiji now going toe-to-toe again. Elijah sends Meiji into the corner, hits him with a big kick, and then claps the back of his head with the second one. Drop kick to the chest, catches him and tosses him into the corner. There's a short elbows to Elijah's chin. We're seeing a series of strikes back and forth. Oh, went for the takedown, but Elijah was quick to react. This time Meiji manages to get it with a leg sweep, but Elijah counters and rolls around, sends a series of blows to the back of his head. Now it's Meiji countering and aiming at the leg. Elijah is staying on top of this, continuing to keep Meiji on his toes. You can see that Elijah really wants the win here. As he hits that vertical brainbuster into a kippa. But Meiji starting to kick low, taking the knees out. It's going to be pivotal as the match continues. Meiji, those drop kicks will stack up. Drop kicks and dragon screws. The damage builds and builds, and then eventually you either can't stand back up in time to resist the shining star, or you find yourself tapping out to the figure four. Now Meiji choking out Elijah Lee,
Give up.
slowing him down to a significant degree. But Elijah, not looking to allow that to happen, immediately back on the offense, keeping up the pressure as much as he can. Look at that. Meiji tries to catch the leg. Elijah just spins through with a kick to the side of the head. Low drop kick again, takes out the knees. Snapmare off the ropes, flashing elbow. And now an elbow to the knee. Elijah is back up, but you can see the strain on the legs already starting to build. Elijah goes up top, hits a nice diving senton, but it's not enough. Oh, wait a minute. T800. The impact of that could easily keep Meiji down, but no, Meiji gets the ropes. Elijah needed to pull him away. And that could be a difference maker there, as Meiji's now locking in an arm lock. One thing to note is that Elijah Lee and Meiji Kaito have gone toe-to-toe many times before, and it's never really come out on the bright side for Elijah. He's always been a few steps behind the Golden Star, and he's looking to change that here as he hits a running Liger bomb to the center, into the cover immediately, not wasting any time. But Meiji still survives it.
Give up.
Now with a half crab, Really wrenching at that ankle and stretching out the muscles in the leg. That'll create a decent amount of soreness too. And now a dragon screw. Kick to the leg, elbow to the knee, and an inverted dragon screw. And now you can see he's going for it. Figure four's locked in. But will Elijah tap? The answer, no. They're measuring each other back up.
Give up.
Now Elijah is going to take control here, but not able to get the win yet. He's going to snapmare into another flashing elbow. Now Meiji's lifting him back up, but Elijah catches him. Bicycle kick to the chin. And the Judgment Day! But Meiji still alive in it.
Give up.
Yosh.
Give up.
Now Elijah sends Meiji to the ropes. Big boot, but Meiji dodges it just barely. Catches Elijah in a headlock.
Give up.
And a series of kicks into a step-up enziguri from Elijah. Elijah's honestly looked really good in this match. You could say that he's at least climbed the gap a little between himself and Meiji, and he might even close it the way he's going right now. Is this going to be Meiji Kaito's first loss in the Grand Prix? He's setting Elijah up top. And he tosses him over with a belly-to-belly, and now he's got him lined up. Just as soon as I said it, Elijah, or Meiji, is looking to cinch the victory over Elijah. 2 shining stars. 1, 2, 3. Elijah bridged that gap almost, but not quite enough. Meiji Kaito still undefeated.